midnight sun we stand, bearded brothers hand in hand. Rocks and fjords, they hear our call. We rise together, never fall. Charity flows like rivers wide. Hearts of gold we cannot hide. Unity in every deed. From every seed we plant a creed. Bearded villains we unite. In the darkest, coolest night. Brotherhood our guiding light. We'll stand together, strong and breed. Bearded villains we unite. In the darkest, coolest night. Brotherhood, our guiding light. We'll stand together, strong and right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of The Heart of a Villain, the podcast and live stream devoted to the Bearded Villains Worldwide Brotherhood. Good evening, and hello, and welcome to this fine August 28th, 2025. It's the last Thursday, last show of August of 2025. Seems really crazy. Here I am talking like I've been doing this thing all summer long, right? It's the last show of August. Yeah. It's only my second show of August of 2025, but it feels weird. Still getting back in the flow of things after having that long hiatus during the summer months and part of the spring as well. But man, I'm happy to be back here. I'm still kind of sourcing out exactly what it is I want to do with things as far as, intros and different things. But I love that song, so that's probably going to stay for a bit for sure. And we'll just see. You'll notice if this is your first time back with us here, you'll notice things have simplified down a little bit, and that's totally fine with me. I think that kind of is a trend that some of these types of things are going in, and I'm totally fine with it. It helps me out a little bit. It streamlines things. It doesn't make you have to stare at all sorts of crazy stuff. And the nice thing about it, too, is that it puts the focus on really what's important of what we're here for, and that is to hear the message, hear whatever it is that we're talking about. And when we're interviewing brothers, we're interviewing and we're listening to the things that we need to listen to and the good stuff. So we're focused on the important stuff. And that's going to be a good time. Well, hey, I learned my lesson last week. Those of you who were here, we had a few best laid plans thing for the first show back. And of course, as everything goes in this world, and if you've been a viewer or watcher or listener of this show for the last 5 years, when you least expect it, the computer's going to die. Something's going to happen. The video is going to stop. You try to hit the best intentions and pre-record the video, and it still for some reason wants to stop. And we're gonna sometimes we're gonna fly by the seat of our pants on this show, and tonight we're gonna do that again. We're gonna have a brother coming on in just a little bit. We're gonna be interviewing him. I'll keep that a little bit of a secret. Some of y'all know who it is. But one of the other things that I did that was kind of out of sorts for me, as you know, as normally during the time of this show, I will say cheers, and with a little adult beverage here. And you know that I'm the lover of all things that are bourbon. And last week, I didn't do that. I don't know if I was just in a hurry, forgot to prepare for that, which sounds weird to me. But yeah, I didn't have any. I had I think I was Mountain Dew Zero with me for the show. And there were times when I got a tickle in my throat. I couldn't talk. I was coughing. And of course, the astute viewers and listeners of the show said, "Oh, that's it. That's the problem. No whiskey tonight. You didn't have the bourbon or the whiskey." Well, cheers. I brought it back, and we'll take a sip. So cheers to everybody who might be with me here tonight on the same road. That's better. And so we've got a lot of guys talking in the chat here, and I want to say hi to them and see who all we've got in here. It's going to be a great evening, I think. We're going to be talking with a brother that we haven't spoken to in a little bit about an anniversary coming up and another event coming up. So good news all the way around for that. But let's jump in. We've got several bros that were hanging out in the chats before we even started this here show. And as you know, I, of course, have to say hello to the brothers by way of their YouTube name. even if I do know their name otherwise, that's how you come across my screen, and that's how you're going to be introduced to everybody. So here we go. Sabbath Bearded Repo BVRM. Hey y'all, he says, "What's up? Good to see you here tonight. Long time no see, indeed. Good to see you. Good to see you." Mr. Dave Ramsey's also hanging out with us here tonight. Good evening, brothers. Hey, how you doing, Dave? I know he's getting ready for a big weekend coming up himself. Breaking Normal. I love this. We got a little bit of the lowdown story about why we've changed our name here. But Breaking Normal, the journey, I love it. I think there's going to be a lot of really cool things that come out of that, with that people following you on your journey there, bro. But good evening to you as well. Who else we got here? We got Michael Hayward Farley hanging out with us as well. He says, "Evening, gents. Good evening. Good evening." Thick boy. I love reading some of these names, man. Thick Boy Barber. Good evening, all. Good evening. Good evening. Good to see you here with us as well. We've got a good group of guys here tonight. Good group of family. Dapper Dan. Evening, gent. Just one gent. I'm not sure which gent he's talking about, but one of them. Oh no, he corrected himself. He corrected himself. Gents. Okay, so he didn't want to leave everybody out. Good to see you. Incidentally, Dapper Dan is our guest for this evening, and he's going to be coming in live in just a few minutes. And we're going to be talking about all things that are going on down there in Florida, some plans for the upcoming several weeks. Lots of good stuff going on down there. So Mr. Ramsey, I have to say, no, unfortunately, I'm not. He asked me earlier, and I had to say no in the chat if I was coming to Chattanooga this weekend. No. Unfortunately, right now, we're in a weird time and a busy time for me. And part of my problem right now is that our issue is that, we just came off of Relay for Life, and I got to give a big shout out to my bros, Northern Indiana, for that. But I'll get into that again in just a second. But a busy time with family stuff going on and different things going on. And we have Relay for Life. I need this weekend to kind of decompress, but I still have some other engagements I have to attend this weekend as well. And it's after several months of preparing and trying to get the Relay for Life event off last weekend. The last several days have been kind of a time, it's a time to exhale. And it's not just because we participated in, it's because your old boy BP here was the event lead for Relay for Life this year. And because I foolishly raised my hand up after last year and said, "Hey, let me help run this thing." And it's usually at least a 2-year stint, so I'm going to have to be doing it again next year. But I at least have learned a lot, and I know a little bit better how to prepare myself for next year. But yeah, it was a decompression week these last several days here, these last few days. Got some busy stuff going on this weekend, and then I've got an anniversary weekend with the wife coming up here, not too short, just in a week or two. So we're going to be traveling, and it's a busy time. School starting back up with the kids, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out for me to find time away for Chattanooga. So I do apologize, Mr. Ramsey. I would love to be down there hanging out with you. But yeah, that was the way of things for us, for me this week. So I do apologize. Good evening, good night, good morning, everything that it is to you, Mr. Rababa on the road. We missed you last week when we came back. We had a lot of people asking about you, Rob, so just know that we are thinking about you, and you were missed last weekend for sure. But it is definitely good to see you back here hanging out with us. I know that it is in the wee morning hours for you over there. And anybody else that's hanging out with us over in Europe or England or wherever it is over there. I know we have a few people on that side of the world that hang out with us on these Thursday nights. Buddy's hanging out with us as well. Hello, villains. Good evening, buddy. Good to see you here as well. Chris, Mr. Hayes. Hey, Chris, I'm looking forward to coming over and hanging out with you soon. We're going to be touching base because you're going to be a future guest here soon on this here program, talking about a little something you've got brewing over there on the East Coast as well. So we're going to bring you on here shortly. Yes, Rob said yes. Rob nearly had to lay claim to the podcast. He actually threatened me. Actually, as I said last week, Rob, you weren't here, but I did give you credit for trying to lay claim to the podcast. said that you had basically threatened if you needed to take over take hold of the podcast from me and wrestle it away from me. What is up, the little Dane? Yes, he was hitting me up earlier today. Said, well, "Are we going to be on tonight or what? What? We're going to be on tonight? Yes, we are." Brother love from the little Dane. Good to see you here tonight as well. We love our guests. We love we love this community. So good to see all of you guys here with us hanging out. Jeff is also hanging out with us. Says, "What's up, brothers? Hey. Good to see you here as well, man." We're going to have a little fun tonight because we're going to be talking with our brother Dapper Dan in just a couple minutes here about some cool plans, some cool stuff coming off on a 1-year anniversary coming up for his chapter. And I'm excited to talk to him. And I'm thankful that I had a couple things that I had planned for tonight didn't work out, and I was able to reach out to him, and he was like, "I'm not doing anything tonight." So sure, he was probably going to hang out with us anyway, listening to us. He's been here for a long time too. So good thing that I was able to work out a timing with him so we could spread the word on what's going on with his chapter and everything going on down in Florida. But I do want to give a quick shout out to my bros here in Northern Indiana. This past weekend, once again, we participated in Relay for Life, and these guys really kind of bent over backwards, helping me personally, supporting me, and they kind of shook their heads last year when I said, yeah, I kind of raised my hand and decided to try and be an event lead for this thing. And they were like, "Man, okay, we'll support you best." And I told them right then, I said, "No, this does not have to be a Northern Indiana thing. This is me. I raised my hand and I did it." So, but as always, this chapter always comes together and steps up. And once again, we had the largest contingent of people at the Relay for Life here, and that's now going on 4 years of. We've been the largest team in sheer number of people. And so I'm really proud of our guys for coming in, showing up, and for taking part in something. I had a wild idea one of my ideas that I wanted to do for this Relay for Life this year to help bring some people in. And I was a little disappointed. Unfortunately, the people that I'm disappointed in don't listen to this show, so they wouldn't even know. But our local emergency agencies, I was really hoping to have them step up and be a part of this new event that I had structured for this Relay for Life weekend. And that was a fire truck pull, a charity fire truck pull, where we have team members numbering in 8 to 10 members of a team that pull a fire truck 50 feet in the fastest time. And I had this whole idea that I wanted our emergency services, several of our different agencies locally be a part of it. And not a one of them. I was so angry, disappointed, whatever you want to call it, especially as a former officer myself. I thought for sure some of them would step up and want it, but no. So I'm going to really step into it next year, and I'm going to guilt trip the heck out of them to make sure that they participate next year. But our guys, man, Northern Indiana, we anteed up, and we had 10 guys that jumped on that rope, and our guys pulled that fire truck, a big fire truck, fully loaded with all the water in it and everything, and pulled it to 50 feet in just over 31 seconds. It was pretty cool to see. And what was really fun was that, the firemen that were there, who thankfully Scipio Township Fire Department in LaPorte County, Indiana, they brought their fire truck for us. And what was really funny is that they've seen pictures and videos before. Of course, if you're a fireman or volunteer fireman, you've probably seen this before, where teams will do this. Well, they do these charity, truck pulls or plane pulls or different things. But when they arrived, they were excited because they were like, "We're excited to see this because we've never seen this before. We've never seen anybody try to pull one of our trucks before. So I'm interested to see if it can be done." And so we were excited to see it happen, and it's a heavy beast for sure. And if you've never done it, it's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, it was fun. So I recommend everybody to go out to the BV Northern Indiana Instagram page, and there's a post on the BV Northern Indiana Instagram page. I didn't get a chance to put it up here on the screen so I could share it today. But go out there to BV Northern Indiana's Instagram page, and you can look for that video. Very cool video of them yanking on that truck. So thank you guys so much for doing that. I appreciate it. And made me look good, and it was just a fun day. And we had a lot of compliments on some of the changes that we did for this year's event. So thank you again, BV Northern Indiana, for that. All right. So before I bring in our guest, I think this is a good time for me to. I don't want to push it too late in the show when I recognize one of our sponsors that we've had for a while, especially given the fact that we were away for so long, we didn't get a chance to say anything good or say fun stuff about a certain Bigfoot beard company. So while I'm saying that, keep in mind, Mr. Rubaba, if you want to hit me up and send me some new information or whatever else, we can do an updated version of this here ad. Whether you're navigating the rugged terrain of the great outdoors or conquering the concrete jungle of the urban landscape, Bigfoot Beard Company has you covered. Bigfoot products are made with natural ingredients designed to help maintain a healthy, rich beard without leaving it feeling greasy and heavy. From classic cologne-inspired fragrances to fruity notes and earthy tones, there's sure to be a scent for every occasion. With worldwide shipping available, why not take an opportunity to walk on the wild side? Head over to Bigfoot Beard Company today. That's www.bigfootbeardco.com. Again, that's www.bigfootbeardco.com. All right. So, you know what? I think it's about time. He's been waiting in the wings here for a bit, and just antsy as all get out, I think, right? To come into our show. And I just want to say a big hearty thank you to Mr. Dapper Dan for coming aboard for us today, and we're going to welcome him. Everybody, give us a round of applause to welcome back into the program here, Mr. Dapper Dan. Dan, how you doing?
How's it going, BP? Doing good, doing good.
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I was really happy. Thank you again for stepping up and saying, "Oh yeah, sure, I got some time this evening." Because it's funny because you step away, and I didn't even tell you about this kind of funny thing, but you step away for a little bit of time here on the show, and what happens is, those stupid Instagram and Facebook algorithms take over, and they take over your social media. And if you're not actively involved in researching people and looking up your Bearded Villain Brothers accounts and seeing what they're up to and what the different chapters are up to, and instead you're scrolling through and you're seeing like comedians this, and you're watching this other comedian, and you're watching this other thing, it stops filtering all the BV stuff into you. And so since I was away from it for long enough, between my Heart of a Villain account and between the personal account, my Bearded VP account, I noticed that I'm not seeing like even a third of the BV stuff that I used to see. It's all, and what makes it hard is it's like there's only a handful of people, like the people that watch the show regularly or whatever, that I can, without even thinking about it, I can find them real quick. And I knew that you guys had something coming up. I know that there's a couple of other chapters that have things coming up. So I'm so thankful that you were free tonight, so that I could kind of spread the news about what you guys have coming on. And it's going to be enough time that we could talk about it a little bit and maybe get some other people down there to come hang out with you as well. So I guess without any further ado, let's talk about, you guys have a 1-year anniversary coming up, and you're doing some kind of cool stuff with that. So can you talk for a minute about that?
Yeah, so we have our 1 year anniversary coming up. Our 1 year of receiving our seal is going to be this November, and we thought we have a lot of veterans in our chapter. Let's see if we can go ahead and make this a veteran event and try to do as much as we can locally. Lakeland is known for having swans given to us from the Queen of England, so that's why our logo is a swan. So everything in Lakeland, literally cliche, revolves around swans. So we're going to be doing it at Swan Brewing. We're linking up with Black Swan Tattoo. We are doing everything that we can to keep it as local as possible for Lakeland, and with the hopes that this is successful, that we can do this and redo it every year and make it an annual thing. So,
Well, first off, congratulations on the 1 year. I'm thrown off a little bit because I saw somebody make a comment in the chat that said you lost your audio, BP. You're hearing me, so
yeah, your audio did go out for like 3 seconds, but you bounce right back.
Interesting. Okay, all right. I guess we have issues sometimes. I can't get away from it. I don't know. We're never perfect anymore. But So okay, so let's go back for a second here now. It's been what let's kind of float back to what has this year been like for you guys, starting a brand new chapter and everything that involves that.
Um, it's been a ride. It really has been, because with, I guess, what we call the fallout, there was a little bit of hesitancy on starting new chapters or doing something new. So we were hesitant on doing it, but we had a lot of guys that were passionate about getting together and wanting to do more. I was chapterless for a few years, and the thing is you could bounce around and help out chapters. I went to, Chattanooga, went to Nashville, and pretty much all the Tennessee chapters and North Carolina guys. And I traveled a lot, but I never had that fulfillment that, I could be doing more. And with a chapter, we could do that. And we found some really solid brothers to help us out, get this thing going, and it's been all gas, no brake the whole time. So it's worked out really well, and then the response around with all the other local chapters has been very, very positive. So I'm very, very grateful for that, and that's why I think this upcoming event, um, of course, we're small. We don't have that many guys, but we got a lot of good support, and we thought, well, let's go ahead and do this. Let's do an event. Let's see what we can do. And it's starting to blow up and get bigger than we could even expect. And it's getting really exciting. There's a lot of fun stuff that we have planned for it. So our main goal right now is that we are getting sponsors, and we are getting veteran organizations. All of our proceeds are going to go to the VFW here in Lakeland, who help out with a lot of veterans. Locally, with like either their power bills or food banks, things like that. All their money goes to veterans. And so I was looking around trying to find a really good charity, but not something too big. Once again, keeping it local. And the VFW just fit, and they're all about it. They're going to show up in droves as well to help support us. So it's turning out to be a really good event.
Man, that's all. Yeah, I think you've been around BV long enough. I think size really doesn't matter. It's the quantity. It's not the quantity, but it's the quality of the men that you have. And because we've seen huge chapters or chapters with numbers, and a lot of times it's 10%, 15% of the chapter that's actually doing most of the work. Sometimes it seems, sadly. So it's exciting that it doesn't matter how big I think your numbers are. Uh, and it's exciting to see there's a little bit of growth, and you guys are willing to take a jump and say, hey, let's see what we can do. But there's something that there's something you said there, and I want to explore that for just a second, because you said it's kind of blown up a little bit, this event. What was it that you planned on originally when you thought this idea, and how, in what ways has it kind of blown up on you now, and to the point where it's like bigger than you thought it could be?
All right, so we wanted to do a beard comp, and we wanted to get some judges in, and get some local vendors come out. And the way that the event that we have, it's at Swan Brewing here in Lakeland. They brew local beers. They are all about it. I went to them with the idea of it. They were all about it. They're going to let us use their stage. They are a bar, brewery, so they serve beer and other drinks, but they bring in different food trucks. So they're going to bring in an extra food truck for us. They told us that they have all these areas that we could set up for vendors. So they've been overly accommodating, and it was just a surprise. And I'm like, this is great. And then when we went to the VFW, they were like, yeah, not only do we think this is awesome, we're gonna help out. We're gonna whatever you guys need, we'll help you out. And we're like, okay, we just wanted somebody to give money to. And so that worked out really well. And then everyone that I've reached out to kind of help out and sponsor and possibly contribute, it's just been overwhelming. I don't know if Lakeland has ever had a beard competition, but it's just turning into a bigger beast than possible. And this past week we put out the flyer, and like I said, I mean, you know, I got a lot of friends in BV, but to see our chapters flyer go out and our support go out, it's just amazing. It's one of those, like, that's us. You guys are spreading the word, and this is amazing. So it's just everything we're doing. Oh, and we are gonna have a secondary charity, a local charity here in Lakeland. This little girl named Aubrey, she had lost her battle with cancer, but while she was in the hospital, she would always bring toys to all of the other kids who didn't have the opportunity to leave and they were just bedridden in the hospital. So she would always bring toys. And when she passed away, her parents created a foundation to continue to collect toys throughout the year to bring to the children's hospital, especially the cancer wards. So we linked up with the Swan Brewing as well. And if you bring a toy to the event, you get a drink. We will be giving away drink vouchers for every toy donated. So we're bringing a bunch of boxes out. We're hoping to just fill it up with toys for all these kids.
Oh my gosh, man! I mean, gut wrenching, but at the same time, I mean, wow, that's incredible, man. That's incredible. Um, so many questions there. Before I forget, the toys. Is there going to be a way for people outside of Lakeland to be able to donate in some way, shape, or form? Or is there a way? Can you thought about creating like an Amazon wish list or something where we can people from outside the area or something can help donate and you can receive those toys?
Yes, it's absolutely something I want to do. I want to get with the charity foundation and see if we can set up a joint Amazon account that or a wish list that we could put out there. Just any toys, kind of similar to like Toys for Tots, unwrapped new toys.
Okay.
They are going into a cancer ward, so you can't have used toys going in there. Um, but yeah, I will talk with them, and they are more than happy. They were overwhelmed to know that we're helping them out, and that was one of my hopefuls, who's actually in the chat right now, Thick Boy Barber.
All
That's
right.
good friends of him, and he's what every captain looks for in a hopeful, man. He's amazing, and so he turned us on to that charity, and so we're really excited about that.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so man, okay, I'm at a loss for words now. So we have let's start with this.
Back
Remind
it up
everybody
a little.
let's start with this. When is the day? When is the event?
All right, so the meet and greet is going to be on Friday, November 7th at another brewery, a separate one called Brew Hub. They have an outdoor courtyard area. It's a really great place to just kind of chill and get to know everyone. It's one big open room, so there's no separation. We're just all together. And then the event is going to be an earlier event. It's going to start at noon on Saturday, November 8th, which we're going to celebrate that as a Veterans Day because the Veterans Day is a couple days after that. So it would be really cool to present the VFW on Veterans Day with a nice little check to help out the local veterans of Lakeland
Oh
here.
yeah. That's beautiful. Now, you've been to a few events. You know the struggle that's going to happen with people waking up the next day having to be in an event after a meet and greet at noon. that's
Yeah.
there's going to be, even though it's for charity, even though it's for the vets, there's going to be some people that are not looking great that next day. It's going to be
Yeah,
a struggle.
I understand that. So the reason why we wanted to do it earlier is on Saturdays the brewery does have live music, so we're going to be kind of integrating with their
Okay.
schedule as well as them accommodating us. So in between the breaks, we'll have a live acoustic band going as well. So
Perfect.
they come on at 2. So I figured if we get in there at 12, right when they open, we could start, we can have everything set up and start getting everyone signed up, get the competition rolling, and then just kind of have little breaks in between where we could do, just hang out. Like I want it to be fun and informal, keep a little bit of a schedule, but at the same time, if things pop up, just roll with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. You've been to enough events, you know how that goes, and
Oh
we
yeah.
we can talk. We can talk some strategies for that for how to address that stuff when it comes up for sure. So we're talking November 7th meet and greet, November 8th, and this is in Lakeland, Florida.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay. What's your nearest airport? Just out of curiosity.
Well, we have two. We're nestled perfectly in between Tampa and Orlando, and you can fly into either. I've flown into and out of both. They're comparable with pricing. We do have a what they call an international airport, but it just caters like Puerto Rico and Mexico, and I think maybe Canada.
The fact that you
But yeah,
had to use air quotes when you used the term international, I think says a little bit about it.
Yeah. But they're growing. They're growing. But yeah, Tampa and Orlando, that's going to be your easiest, most accommodating airports.
Okay.
So, and if you fly into Orlando, I'm gonna give a shout out to my Orlando BV brothers. Sunday, after the event, Orlando BV will be hosting a autism walk there in Orlando. And
Really?
I am convincing all of my guys and anybody who is still going to be around on Sunday to get up and let's go support Orlando with this autism walk.
All right. How far away is Orlando from you? Just out of curiosity.
From me, well, there's two types of Orlando. There's
Okay.
Disney, which is about 30 to 40 minutes away, and then downtown Orlando, where this event's going to be, it's about an hour to an hour and 5 minutes,
Okay.
depending on traffic.
All right. But if you're flying out of Orlando, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
You can go to this thing, and then if you're going to fly out maybe that evening or something like that, that could just work out just fine for you.
Yep.
All right.
Best bet.
All right. Well, that's a good shout out for Orlando, man. That's great. That's good of you, man. That's awesome. Um, so let's do this. You kind of teased for me that you have a little something something coming on that is not going to be available soon yet, but you wanted to offer up the opportunity for a Heart of a Villain premiere, as we say, right?
Yes,
A
sir.
Heart of a Villain premiere, and so we have. Whoops, I gave a teaser away too far.
Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's all you
I
need.
know. Just a little picture of it. I'm going to, for some reason, your picture that I wanted in here did not appear, so I'm going to put you right back in here and shrink you up, and we're going to do this in real time. It's the nice thing about my system, which allows me to do this. Look at that. Whoop, we're not going to do that. We're going to shrink you back down
No, I'm big.
to
Oh,
normal
there we go.
size. There we go. All right, so now we can give everybody a little bit of a teaser. You have a couple of patches that are coming out, and
Yes.
they're not available yet. They will soon be. And tell me a little bit about that first one with the number on it.
All right, so the one that we're doing, that's going to be for our anniversary. It will debut at the event and it'll be available there at the event live, and then whatever is left over will go up on the website after that. We wanted something that was a little bit bold and got a little bit of our logo in there, so first anniversary wanted to do it big. So I believe it's about a 4 inch tall patch. So
Oh wow.
it's got a little bit of size to it. My specifications might have been a little off, but I wanted it to be similar in size to the Mississippi 5 year patch that
Okay.
they have. That's just a five, so about that big.
All right.
And so yeah,
Yeah. Well, let me pause for a second on this patch because I mean, first of all, I think great job on the artwork for it, because I think sometimes we make the mistake, and I say I say we brothers who kind of want to create different patches and different artwork, we make the mistake of thinking that we have to have the entire piece of artwork, the entire logo or something like that, as part of the thing. And you've done a really cool job of incorporating the important part of it, but not necessarily trying to fit everything into it in a very cool way with the number one for your first anniversary. I think that's awesome, man.
thank you. Shout out to Jeff McLean and Hellshot Creation for coming through with us on this one, helping us out and get that design locked
Yeah.
down.
And there's another one that we have here. Tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about this one, made by the same ones, made by Hellshock as well.
So this one is our take on a Veterans Day, veteran support kind of patch. We threw a little helmet on our swan and gave a little bit of a desert tan around the original logo. And that one we are actually going to be releasing probably around early October, so that we can have them shipped out by Veterans Day, so that people will have them for Veterans Day and can show them off however they deem they want to. So that one, and then proceeds of that one are also going to be going to the VFW for our event.
Okay, so I have to say I have to give an extra shout out for to Hellshot Creations, because I'm going to say this. Um, I have never seen. Now, obviously, these are these actual renderings of, or the digital renderings of the patch?
This is a digital rendering of the patch.
Okay.
So Hellshock is awesome when they do this. When you give
Yeah.
them a mock-up, they return it of what the patch is going to look like.
Yeah. I have never seen successfully a patch where anybody has been successful in making like a shine or a sheen on a metal or a hard object like it has on this helmet. I've never seen that before. That's pretty impressive. I mean, that looks like it's actually shining on an actual cloth patch. That's pretty cool,
Yeah. Yeah.
man. These are going
Yeah,
to be
we're really
popular.
excited about that.
These are going to be popular patches. I can tell you that right now, man. Very cool. Okay, so just remind everybody, when can they keep an eye out for that? The one with the number one is first going to be available, first come first serve at the event itself,
At
right?
the event itself. So we will have them available there on hand. These patches are already ordered, so they should be here by September. And the Veterans Day patch is going to go on sale early October so that we can fulfill the orders and put them out. Anything left over will be available at the event as well, if
Beautiful.
they're left over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the second patch, the veteran patch, will be available to people if they can't go to the thing for sure. They will at least have their
Yes,
chance to get that one. The 1 year patch that may sell out at the event, and you may not be able to have your hands on it if you don't go to the event.
correct.
Okay, I'm just clarifying that because we've got some people in the chat that are like, I got to get those. Well, the only way you're going to get those for guarantee is if you go to the event. If you want both of them, so that's what I'll say. If you want both of them, make sure you get down there to Lakeland the weekend of November 7th and 8th, and Orlando the 9th as well. But tell me, okay, so we talked about the event. Is there any other things that you can think of or surprises you can think of that are going to be coinciding with that event weekend for you guys?
Well, we have locked down the judges. I'll give I'll call them my celebrity judges.
Oh no.
We do have one coming from our local barbershop, Gents Barbershop, which is literally a block away from the event if anyone wants to get any touch ups. We're going to have a local professional barber there to be one of the judges. And one of our second judges that we've already confirmed is going to be BV Florida's very own Phil McCracken.
Wow.
So we haven't seen Phil in a while, so he said he
No.
would be more than happy to come out and help us out. So and our final judge straight from the world competition is going to be Mitch with the beard, another Florida
Ooh.
native. So
Wow. Okay, I can see where you went with the celebrity angle for things for
yeah,
sure.
they're known enough in our bearding communities. So Mitch has always been a solid brother. He's very happy to come out and help judge us. So I'm excited about that.
Man, exciting news! Exciting news. Well, is there anything else that you guys have cooking going on, or anything that you can help that we can celebrate with you that maybe you have done recently in the last year? Because unfortunately, I feel like I'm out of touch with a lot of chapters right now, just because I was on hiatus for so long. So, if there's things that you guys have done since the first part of the year, I'd love to be able to give it a shout out and shout out to your guys. Now, I'm not saying there is or isn't, but if there is, I just want
Uh,
to give you an opportunity to give them a shout out.
Well, I would say as a freshman chapter, we have accomplished so much, especially with the help of my co-captain, Chris Swan, which by coincidence his name is also our mascot.
He
Um,
didn't come up with
so
it, did he?
no. But
Okay.
what he did do is he spearheaded getting all of the information that we needed to lock down to become Lakeland BV or BV Lakeland Inc. So that we can get our 501c3 and get that up off the ground and start working on that. We did get another patch created by Hellshack to actually help support that 501c3 that is still available. Um, so we got those up and going. We after our 501c3 got kicked off, we started a fourth wall, just like every other chapter. So we have a lot of our merch there, which is really nice because that means we don't have to hold inventory. Fourth wall's been pretty much a blessing when it comes down to that.
Yeah.
We did do our first charity event. It is an event near and dear to me. It's tuberous sclerosis. It is a genetic disease that my wife and four of my children have.
Oh wow.
And they had a walk in Tampa, and we were able to raise $650 to help go support that endeavor. And it's the first time they've been in Florida, and I want to say like maybe 8 or 10 years. So that was really cool to be a part of that and help out. So
Wow. Man, yeah. I mean, come on. That's a year. That's a year. I mean, there's not many chapters that are that do that accomplish that much in that first year. A lot of chapters you hear about when they get created, they do like one or two things and that's it, and then they don't know what to do from that point. They're afraid of something or whatever else, and it's not to knock them because everybody does things a little bit differently. But it's always impressive when you see a chapter come out, come out of the gate, and just spearhead stuff. So that's incredible, and to take part in some things that haven't been done before. So congratulations to you guys, man. That's awesome.
thank you. Yeah, like I said, man, just trying to keep our foot on the pedal, just keep going forward.
Yeah. I love
So
hearing that. I love hearing that. All right, man. I appreciate you taking some time with me tonight. And don't be a stranger. Hit us up. Come back to the show. Let me know if there's anything else we can do to help support you guys. For sure. Because, like I said, that's what this show's about. It's not about me. I'm just the figurehead that just can spout out all the cool stuff that all of our chapters are doing, man. And that's what I love to do. So,
yes,
we'll
sir.
meet up if there's any possible way I can make my happy self down to Florida during that weekend. I just found that there's some fairly inexpensive flights. It's just a matter of if they're only on certain days of the week. So if I can make that
Well,
work, I
well,
might be able to make that work.
get with your co-captain there, because I'm pretty sure when we were deciding to make this chapter, one of his conditions was I have to throw our events in the winter time so that he could come
Yes,
down to Florida in the winter and get away from the cold.
he did
So
say that. Yes, he did. He did say that.
so shop,
And I
be
turned him
more.
on to I turned him on to the airline that flies down there fairly cheaply. So
Nice.
yeah, we're trying to. I know we're both trying to work on that. So, but yeah, he may have a little bit more success in getting down there than I will, but we'll see. I'm gonna try for sure. Dan, man, thanks so much for being with me tonight, having some time for me, and talking about everything that's really cool going on in Lakeland. Best of luck to you guys. I hope to be able to come down and see you, and I'll be reaching out to you because I got a couple things I'm curious about. I don't want to waste the time on here for it, but I'm curious about maybe some ways that maybe I might be able to help you out with some stuff for there too. So
Thank you. Thank you.
absolutely. All right, man. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, sir.
All right, take care. And that was Dapper Dan, hanging out with us tonight here on the Heart of a Villain, guys. That's what this show's about, man. We're talking about all the cool stuff that our chapters are doing, and it's if you've got a chapter, I've said this before. Please, please, please reach out to me if your chapter is doing something cool, is something on the horizon, even if it's not a major event. If it's something small, let me know because I would love to celebrate with you. And it doesn't matter if you're only, if it doesn't matter if you're only raising like $200. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I want to be able to share and spread the news about all the cool things our chapters are doing. And if your chapter is making a difference in your community, even in what you deem as the smallest possible way, it's still something. It's still something, and it can be an act of inspiration to other people, to other brothers around the world. So, and yes, I can say it. This show is a worldwide show. This show is a worldwide show. Not in the same way that Joe Rogan or many of the other famous fancy podcasters are, but there are people that watch and listen to this from different parts of the world. So I can say it's a worldwide program. And you never know who's going to listen to it. You never know who's going to hear about something I've said this so many times before. And I feel like I'm beating my head against the wall sometimes when I say it. You never know when somebody is going to hear your message. You never know when somebody's going to be inspired by something you do that you don't even think is even the least bit inspirational. You never know. You really don't. So, yeah, that's kind of the message for today. is that you just don't know. And I'm looking forward to hearing stories from other brothers that are around the world. I'm looking forward to hearing all the cool things that you have going on. If you, now it's been a bit since we've been on here. This is only our second week back after that long hiatus. So I will start over with my request of you, all of our listeners, either video or audio. I will start over with this request because there has been a lot of change in BV over the last year and a half, right? I think we'd all acknowledge that. I want you to share with me the names of our brothers who are inspiring you, who are doing something really cool in BV circles or in their personal life. If you have a brother that you know of that is inspiring other people through some sort of an act or something that they're doing, I want to hear about it. I would love to be able to share their story. If you know of a chapter that's doing something really cool, that would be awesome too. Heck, at this point, one of the things I don't want to leave out either, I don't want to leave out the fact that as villains, one of the things that we depend on is our family members, right? Too often we forget about that. We glaze over that. And anyone who's been around BV in an active capacity for any amount of time has to recognize the importance of family and family support. If you want to be active in BV and you want to be active in your chapter and everything that BV can potentially offer to you, you have to acknowledge the sacrifice of family time. You have to acknowledge the sacrifice of time with a spouse, if you have one, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is. And so there's a sacrifice there. And it's a willing sacrifice, right? They give up time to be with you if they're not able to be with you at that event and take part at the BV thing, whatever it is, with you. And so there is a sacrifice in that. And so we have to acknowledge the fact that if it's not a happy home, then you're not going to be happy in BV. It's going to be a struggle. And home should always be the priority, having a happy home. BV, sadly, I could say it, BV should be secondary to what you have at home. It can't replace it. So in that thought, what I also want to recognize is we have family members. We have kids. We have aunts, uncles, grandparents, parents, spouses that are doing some really cool things out there too. And if you're a part of that, I would love to hear about it. If you're a part of, even if it's a matter of you just supporting your spouse and you want to brag a bit about your spouse and the thing that they're doing, let's celebrate that together as well. It's all part of our family, right? And it's a huge, huge family. So send me messages on Instagram, through Facebook, direct messages if you have that ability for me. Send me some messages, and I would love to hear about this stuff. It may not be something that I can do a formal 15-minute interview with every single person, but I do want to give shout outs. And if there's videos, if there's photos of these things that are being celebrated and accomplished, I'd love to get out there and be able to do that and be able to share that stuff with everybody. We're family. We are family. One of the biggest potential families you could ever have, right? Around the world. And so for that matter, I think it's really important that we support each other and we're able to be there for each other. So guys, that's kind of going to wrap it up for today. We're coming up on an hour almost, and as I said, we're kind of lean things down. I don't want to drag out a podcast episode longer than it needs to be just to hear me talk. I hear myself talk all the time, but I think this is a good place to wrap up episode 242. So with that, I'll go ahead and just start playing this here song. And man, thank you guys so much for being here once again on this Thursday night. We'll be back again next Thursday night for episode 243. As I say every week, guys, be the villain that the world needs you to be, because the heart of a villain never stops beating. The most important words I say every week, I continue to say them even after a break. It's okay not to be okay. If you are hurting, please find a brother to talk to. Remember, it's okay not to be okay. So, guys, for now, it's going to wrap it up. We'll see you back here again next week, next Thursday night, for The Heart of a Villain, episode 243. Have a great night. Take care. Stay safe.